Due to the recent uptrend in COVID cases and the detection of local Omicron cases, Metro Manila is going back to alert level 3 starting Monday. Health officials say there's a high possibility that the Omicron variant is already being transmitted locally. Malacanang vows to hold the so-called Poblacion Girl and everyone who had a hand in her escape from quarantine accountable. Now, despite reporting 32,000 new COVID cases nationwide, Sydney welcomed the new year with massive face-to-face revelries. And let's have a look back at the highlights of 2021, which is now considered as a golden year in Philippine sports. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know to jumpstart your first day of the year 2022. I'm Riza Diaz. Ringing in the new year with health experts sounding the alarm bells over the rapidly increasing COVID cases in the country. That's why Metro Manila will once again be under alert level 3 starting Monday. The palace initially announced that the entire country will be under alert level 2 until January 15. However, acting spokesperson Carlo Nograles said they had to make an adjustment after the DOH detected local cases of the Omicron variant. Nograles also warned that the country may see an increase in the cases in the coming days after authorities logged almost 3,000 new cases yesterday. The health department confirmed the detection of 7 imported cases and 3 local cases of the Omicron variant. The husband of the 4th reported Omicron case is one of those who tested positive for the new variant. In a now deleted post, the DOH Bohol reported earlier 2 local Omicron variant cases. The first case is a 27-year-old female from Bonbon, Camarines Sur, and she was a close contact of another COVID case and tested positive on December 15. The patient, fully vaccinated, have since recovered. Now, the other case is a 46-year-old female from Tigaon, Camarines Sur. The patient was initially positive for the Delta variant, but was found to have the Omicron variant upon retest. She developed mild symptoms on November 16, but has been tagged as recovered last December 6. The patient has no travel history abroad or in Metro Manila and is only partially vaccinated with Sinovac. The third case, meanwhile, is a 42-year-old male from NCR who tested positive on December and has already recovered. Now, amid the outrage caused by a quarantine breach of one returning Filipino who is now known as Poblacion Girl, the palace vows to hold her and everyone involved in the protocol violation accountable. Marty Bautista has the report.
Now known online as Poblacion Girl, Gwyneth Chua has been getting a bad rep. Fresh off a trip from the United States, she skipped her mandatory quarantine at the Berjaya Hotel in Makati to party in Poblacion. She eventually tested positive for COVID-19.
They say that they have connections, that they are above the law, they're entitled. And because of them, cases are starting to rise, and we don't know what it affects not only themselves but the whole economy.
Tourism Secretary Berna Romulo Puyat says they have obtained signed affidavits proving that Chua had attended a party in Poblacion during her supposed quarantine period. The DOT has since issued Berjaya Hotel a show cause order, giving them 3 days to explain why they should not be penalized. Investigations by the Criminal Investigation and Detection Unit, or CIDG, are currently ongoing. Regardless of connection, the health department says no one is exempt from this kind of investigations.
Anybody who will be found guilty of breaching and violating these laws, rules, and regulations will be made to account to the full extent of the law. Okay? They can be charged, indicted for criminal as well as administrative cases.
The palace wants to take things a step further. Malacanang has vowed that it will prosecute those involved in Chua's violation of protocols. Acting spokesman Carlo Nograles says those involved could be charged for violating the Notifiable Diseases Act.
And we will not hesitate to prosecute those who are violating the law. At talagang ipoprosecute namin yan. Hindi natin tatantanan yan. May mga pinirmahan naman ng mga yan at alam naman po nila kung ano yung mga sanctions that they will face.
The PNP and other authorities are set to make procedures stricter to prevent such incidents from happening again. For News 5, Marty Bautista. We are One News.
Meanwhile, some families opted to celebrate or to spend their New Year's Eve celebration in the Quezon City Memorial Circle, where 2022 was welcomed with a countdown concert. Mon Gualvez reports.
It's a family picnic for tricycle driver Chris Lumidao and family as they welcome the New Year here at the Quezon City Memorial Circle.
Ito rin po yung nakasanayan na taon-taon para i-celebrate ang pagsalubong po ng bagong taon. Napakasarap pong pakiramdam na nandito ka, makakita iba-ibang mga tanawin, kasama mga bata ating mga pamilya.
Others took this as an opportune time to reunite with families.
Yearly po talaga nag-reunion yung mga opo. Kung saan kami dati sa mall kami nagpupunta. Ngayon hindi na advisable sa mall eh. Kaya dito na lang sa circle, open air.
But Fernando's clan did not wait for the evening revelries as they want to avoid the mad rush heading into the new year.
Ingat din po sa sa dagsa ng tao, maraming tao. Lalo na yung Omicron variant, baka meron na rin.
With the expected influx of park goers, some took the opportunity to do business. Selling toys for 3 years now, Sherilyn hopes 2022 would be more prosperous.
Last year po wala talaga, zero. Hindi po talaga kami nakatinda. Pero ngayon po, nung pinayagan na yung mga bata, nagkaroon ng konting pag-asa.
There is a concert for the New Year countdown. However, admission is only limited to 500 fully vaccinated people on a first-come, first-served basis. Others can still enjoy the concert via the LED screens around the area. Meanwhile, the rides and carnival area are temporarily closed and will reopen today at 10 in the morning. For News 5, Mon Gualvez, we are One News.
Now, over in Siargao del Norte, victims of Typhoon Odette are still reeling from the aftermath of the recent calamity, welcoming 2022 with almost nothing. Java Vansenya with the story.
Empty streets, no booming music. What was supposedly a lively New Year celebration turned into this for Siargao nons. 2 weeks since Typhoon Odette struck Siargao del Norte, many are still homeless and are left asking for alms.
Unsa ang inyong New Year yun?
Ay, daong ka bisan sa pinobrera, daong ka dun.
Pero karon mo.
Boya ka dun. Lisod ka dun ka aso, ma'am.
Many residents here in Siargao are still struggling after Typhoon Odette ruined their homes. Most of them do not have financial capacity to rebuild their homes and are using a tarpaulin as temporary shelter. This is the case for Franchetta's family who now lives under a bridge.
Grabe gyud kalisod. Kanang tulay among gipuy-an sige mi nga bukol-bukol kay kuan ba sa sangko man mi. Ami mag New Year ma'am.
As we travel into the city, we pass by this group of friends distributing water and food to some residents.
Ay, dako naman pasalamat kasi na tagtagaan kami ng mga inyani kay.
New Year ninyo ma'am, kumusta? Maganda?
Wala. Amo rin yung panghatag nila, amo rin kaunon.
Surigao's LGU is also thankful for the donations coming from different groups and other municipalities. Mayor Estong Matugas Jr. maintains a positive outlook despite what happened. He said while they might have ended this year with tragedy, they will rise up again in 2022.
Challenge po talaga, no? Pero like I said, ang mga Surigao nun po, resilient na mga tao po to. So kakayanin po namin to. Sa talang Surigao nun, kaya nato ini, no? This is just another a test for us. So mubangon gyud kita, bangon Surigao.
For News 5, Jem Avancenia, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Now let's take a quick look at how the rest of the world welcomed the year 2022. Sydney welcomed 2022 with a lights and fireworks display despite a huge surge in nationwide COVID-19 cases. Now, hours before the New Year's Eve revelries, the country recorded 32,000 new COVID infections. Meanwhile, in North Korea, thousands of people watched fireworks and a concert featuring patriotic music at the Kim Il-sung Square in Pyongyang. The event was aired live on their state-run television network, KRT. However, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and other high-ranking officials were not seen in the video. In Hong Kong, 2022 was welcomed through a light show featuring a countdown display on the newly opened M+ Museum. Fireworks lit up the Victoria Harbour waterfront, while the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra and boy band Mirror bannered the music concert. This is the city's first in-person New Year's Eve celebration since 2018. Now, back in our home front, 2021 has been an amazing year for Philippine sports. From the country's best Olympic campaign to young athletes making their names in the international stage, 2021 was undeniably a historic year. Let's take a look back at the 2021 highlights in sports in this report by Gretchen Ho.
2021. A year that will be remembered as one of the greatest, if not the greatest year for Philippine sports. In a time when COVID-19 hogged the headlines, Filipino athletes made their mark in the grandest of stages, beginning with weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, who brought home the country's first ever Olympic gold medal. The boxing team also improved the country's medal haul with 2 silver medals thanks to Nesty Petesio and Carlo Paalam, and a bronze through Yumir Marshal, marking this as the Philippines' most be-medaled stint in the Olympics. Several records were also broken this year. EJ Obiena broke the Philippine and Asian outdoor pole vault record. Caloyulo became the first Filipino to win multiple medals in the World Artistic Gymnastics Championships. Carlo Biado became the first Filipino in 27 years to win the U.S. Open Pool Championship, while golfer Yuka Sasso ruled the U.S. Women's Open Golf Championships, the first Filipino to win a major golf tournament. Rising stars with Filipino blood also ruled tennis. Alex Iyala had a successful conquest for the 2021 French Open Girls Doubles crown, while Leila Fernandez sparked one of the most memorable U.S. Women's Open runs in recent memory. Now, what's a historic sporting year for the country without basketball? Gilas Pilipinas proved that despite their young age, they can compete with some of the best nations in the world. Several Filipino cagers also made a huge step to take their talents to Japan. But of course, the biggest treat for basketball fans is the return of live audiences in the country.
And his opponent across the ring.
Lastly, 2021 is the year when Manny Pacquiao decided to hang up his boxing gloves. Despite retiring on a loss, Pac-Man has a career unlike any other. The boxer turned senator is the only 8th division world champion and the only boxer to hold the championship in 4 decades, one of the best to ever do it. 2022 will be another jam-packed year for Filipino athletes. And with a new year comes new opportunities to snatch medals and set new records on the world stage. Gretchen Ho, we are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later again at 10:15 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.